Hello, and welcome to my first video ever. My name is Katie. I was inspired to start a channel because of a readathon coming up from August 17th to August 30th called the History Challenge. The idea behind the History Challenge is just to read history books, mainly nonfiction, but I'm planning on mixing some fiction in there as well. The History Challenge was started by Emma from A Cup of Books, Jenny from Book of Shenanigans, Justin from Tranquil Reads, and Justin from Ghost Reader. If you're here watching this, you probably know all this because this is my first video and I don't have a following. So anyway, this is going to be my TBR for that readathon. The first book I'm intending to read is Sea People, The Puzzle of Polynesia by Christina Thomas. I have it on audiobook. I'm just going to read the synopsis because it's pretty interesting. A thrilling intellectual detective story that looks deep into the past to uncover who first settled the islands of the remote Pacific, where they came from, how they got there, and how we know. For more than a millennium, Polynesians have occupied the remotest islands in the Pacific Ocean, a vast triangle stretching from Hawaii to New Zealand to Easter Island. Until the arrival of European explorers, they were the only people to have ever lived there. Both the most closely related and the most widely dispersed people in the world before the era of mass migration, Polynesians can trace their roots to a group of epic voyagers who ventured out into the unknown in one of the greatest adventures in human history. How did the earliest Polynesians find and colonize these far-flung islands? How did a people without writing or metal tools conquer the largest ocean in the world? This conundrum, which came to be known as the problem of Polynesian origins, emerged in the 18th century as one of the great geographical mysteries of mankind. For Christina Thompson, this mystery is personal. Her Maori husband and their sons descend directly from these ancient navigators. In Sea People, Thompson explores the fascinating stories of these ancestors, as well as those of many sailors, linguists, archaeologists, folklorists, biologists, and geographers who have puzzled over this history for 300 years. A masterful mix of history, geography, anthropology, and the science of navigation, Sea People combines the thrill of exploration with the drama of discovery in a vivid tour of one of the most captivating regions in the world. So I'm pretty excited about that. The next book I'm prioritizing is The Romanovs, 1613 to 1918 by Simon Sebag Montefiore. This is a chunker of a book, and it's been sitting on my shelf for years, and I've been scared to read it, but I have it on audiobook now, so I'm hoping that'll help me get through it. I don't know if I really need to read the synopsis. I feel like most people know who the Romanovs are, and this is just following the history of their dynasty. And the last non-fiction book on my TBR is Liar, Temptress, Soldier, Spy: 4 Women Undercover in the Civil War by Katheryn Abbott. This book I got a few years ago when I was at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. And it's just been sitting on my shelves, but it really sounds interesting, so I thought maybe this would give me the push I need to actually pick it up. 17-year-old Belle Boyd, an avowed rebel with a dangerous temper, shot a Union soldier in her home and became a courier and spy for the Confederate Army, using her considerable charms to seduce men on both sides. Emma Edmonds disguised herself as a man to enlist as a Union private named Frank Thompson, witnessing the bloodiest battles of the war and infiltrating enemy lines. The beautiful widow Rose O'Neill Greenhow engaged in affairs with powerful northern politicians and used her young daughter to send information to southern generals. Elizabeth Van Lew, a wealthy Richmond abolitionist, hid behind her proper southern manners as she orchestrated a far-reaching espionage ring, even placing a former slave inside the Confederate White House, right under the noses of increasingly suspicious rebel detectives. With a cast of real-life characters including Nathaniel Hawthorne, General Stonewall Jackson, Detective Alan Pinkerton, Abraham and Mary Todd Lincoln, and Emperor Napoleon III, Liar, Temptress, Soldier, Spy shines a dramatic new light on these daring and, until now, unsung heroines. Really excited about this one. I hope it's as good as it sounds like it's going to be. The other 2 books I would like to read in these 2 weeks are fiction. The first is The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. This one has been talked about a lot, and I've heard mixed reviews. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, but it's been sitting on my shelves for 2 years, and it's fairly short, so I think I'm going to get to it. And then the other book I want to read is Katheryn Howard, The Scandalous Queen by Alison Weir. This is the 5th book in the 6 Tudor Queens series, and so far I've been enjoying them, but not as much as I thought I would. Like, every other one seems to be really good. So I'm hoping that this one will be excellent, but we shall see. I really enjoy Alison Weir as an author. I've never read any of her non-fiction, but her fiction has always been pretty good. So that's everything that I'm going to try to read in the next 2 weeks for the readathon. I don't know if I'll actually get through all of them. If not, I'll just roll it over and keep reading them in September. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you would like to know how I feel about these books, stick around, subscribe. I'm going to be trying to vlog my reading experience for the 2 weeks, but we'll see. I'm not sure how well that's going to go yet. Anyway, thank you for watching, and maybe I'll see you soon.